How's it going, guys? Today we have the final card review / initial impressions of the Trial of the Gods cards, and today we are looking at the neutral cards, the final set of cards for this expansion. So let's jump right in. The Student of Society. Whenever you after you summon a creature, gain 3 favor. This card is really OP. If you're playing like a low mana type of deck, you're gonna run out of juice super quickly, and you're gonna be wanting to get cards from the Sanctum, and this allows you to do that. So in my opinion, it's definitely a 4-star card. Then we have Militant Extortionist. 1 mana 3/1, steal 2 favor from your opponent. For me, this is a 3-star card. It's an okay card. It's not good, it's not bad, it's okay. Then we have Satyr Outcast. Give word to your god and gain +1 favor, so it's upon the opposite of the Militant Extortionist. Has a different effect, but it's still a 3-star card. Then we have Council of the Gods. Delve a common god power from your domain. It replaces your god power. You cannot use it this turn, and you gain 5 favor. I think this is pretty good. The only card that allowed you to do this before would be the legendary card that allows you to change your god power, and now you have it as a common card, so it's pretty good. Everyone has access to this now. I'll still put it in the 3-star category though. Then we have Vow of Champions, which allows you to pick one. Draw a card, 7 favor, deal 2 damage, or heal your god. Just the sheer versatility that this has, even though I don't think it's going to see a lot of play, I think this is going to be really good for the meta. I'm gonna give this 4 stars. Then we have Parthian Guardian. Frontline Roar summons another one. It's basically the equivalent to a Trojan Golem, because it gives you 2 Olympians, so it's okay. And if you're playing in an Olympian deck, giving word to each Olympian is even better. So I would compare this to, I would have to compare it to Trojan Golem, and this effect's pretty good, so I'm gonna put it at 4 stars. Then we have Student of Truth. After you draw a card, gain 3 favor. So this, in conjunction with the Student of Society, you're going to be gaining favor like hell. So this is pretty good. 4 stars in my opinion. Anything that allows you to gain favor continuously, if it's not just gain favor when it's played, it's really good because it forces the opponent to deal with it. Then we have Foreign Diplomat. You gain 3 favor, your opponent gains 1 favor. So on the other hand, like I just said, anything that only gives you favor when it's played, it's bad in comparison to the others. So this is 3 stars. Then we have The Trial Begins. Choose a creature in your deck that matches your god's domain, pull it into your hand, and shuffle your deck. And in my opinion, this is a 5-star card. Dude, this is a targeted draw. Like a really good targeted draw. You can get a specific creature, and typically you would be playing this and getting the champions onto your hand, but just getting a creature at your will from the deck, it's absolutely crazy. If you're getting to 9 favor and you haven't gotten your Avatar of Magic, this gives you an extra chance to get your Avatar of Magic. So this, in my opinion, is definitely a 5 stars. I don't know if everyone else can agree, but I'm definitely gonna have to try it in my decks. Then we have Desert Mercenary, which reduces the cost of each guild creature in your hand, which costs 2 or 3. And since most guild creatures are going to have these costs, reducing the cost by 1 is pretty good. I don't know if this is going to be good in the meta, but if guild creatures become super powerful, I can see this being a staple in every deck. So I'm going to have to put this at 4 stars. Then we have Student of Blades. After friendly creature attacks, gain 3 favor. So this, together with the Student of Truth and the Student of Society, so all the students together are going to give you as much favor as you want to win the game. So this is not a 4-star card. Then we have Fulfrementary Researcher. After you summon a Mystic, deal 2 damage to a random enemy character, and the stat line's pretty good. So if you're playing this in a Mystic type deck, this can be super good. So I'm gonna give it 4 stars. Then we have Diligent Architect, which is in tandem with the new type of decks, which is gonna be the structures. A Delve a structure, add it to your hand, give it +2 health. And there's some really good structures coming out in this expansion, so this card can be super good. So I'm gonna give it 4 stars. Then we have Dragon King Color. Pull a random dragon from your deck into your hand. Right now, in the future, it might be worse, but right now you would play this in, for example, a light deck with the dragon, and you would pull it right away because there's only one dragon right now in your deck, so you would have that. So 4 stars. Then we have Fulfrementary Researcher, draw a card for each other guild creature on the board. So together with the Researcher, well, the Researcher is for Mystics, this is for guild cards, so this would pair really well with Desert Mercenary. It costs 4 mana, so it's not going to get its cost reduced, but it's still, you're still drawing cards, and if you have a lot of guild creatures on board, you're drawing 3 or 4 cards, so it's pretty good. So I'm going to have to give it 4 stars. Then we have Manticore Hulk. Basic stat line, the same as no ogre. The difference is it's adding to the nether pool type of cards, so I'm gonna give it 3 stars. Then we have injured Etaroi. After this creature is healed, gain 2 favor. Roar, deal 2 damage to this creature. So you would be playing this and playing the favor game. I don't think this card is good enough, so I'm gonna have to put it in the 3 stars. There's way better options out there. Then we have Militant Gladiator, which in my opinion is a 5-star card. Not because it wins the game, but it's a 5 mana 7/7, and it's pretty easy to play this in decks because you can build either you build your deck around this, or you play it with nature, and you're always doing forward, so you're never gonna have spells in your void, which means it's guaranteed that you get the +3/+3. So it's really, really good. My opinion, 5 stars. Then we have Phoebe Strategist, which has frontline ability, gain 7 favor. I don't like this card. It would only be good if it was backline. But in that sense, I would much rather have a structure or something like that. But other than that, I don't like it. I'm still gonna give it 3 stars because it has its utility. If you have the advantage, you're still getting, like, it's a snowball. You're getting even more advantage. But if you don't have it, it's pretty bad to play. So 3 stars. Then we have Fortified Acropolis. Ward, ability, deal X+2 damage, where X is the number of structures you control. So at least you're dealing 3 damage every turn with backline. If you're playing a structure deck, you're dealing a lot of damage, and this is deal to anything. You can choose if you want to deal it to the god, to a creature, to whomever. So this card can get out of hand super quickly. I'm gonna put this in the 4 stars. Then we have Ironclad Minotaur, which is the counter to Demogorgon. It gives War to your god and removes sleep, so Demogorgon counter, instant 4 stars. Then we have Divine Messenger. If you have 80 favor or more, give +5/+5 to each creature in your deck. And this can be, I don't know if this card is good enough. It's 7 mana, which is pretty hard, and 80 favor is even harder. But if you're building a deck around favor, I can see you getting enough favor to get to this. And if you buff everything by 5/5, it's absolutely bonkers. Imagine you play 2 of these cards in your deck, you buff everything by 10/10, you instantly win the game. Everyone's gonna concede if you buff everything by 10/10. So I think they're even gonna concede if you buff everything by 5/5, and the board's on a neutral level. If they don't have the advantage, and you don't have the advantage, if you play this, I think they're gonna concede. But for me, it's definitely a 5-star card. I want to make it work, so I really want to make it work. I'm gonna build a deck around this, but I think this card is really good. If you play 1, it's like 50% chance of them conceding. If you play 2 of them, it's 100%. Well, not 100. Some people are gonna be masochists, but it's 90% chance of them conceding. And then we have Ghostly Chariot. After a creature summon, gain 2 favor. Afterlife, if you have 30 favor or more, summon a Ghostly Chariot. So you would play this in a favor type of deck, because you would be gaining extra favor, and if you have 40 favor or more, this just keeps recycling, and this is absolutely bonkers because you're not gonna want to take stuff from the Sanctum, and if you play this is infinite. There's a card like this in Hearthstone, which is the Dreadseer, but it's only a 1/1. And it stays there forever because when it dies, it summons it again. But this is so much better because it's 2/3 and you can do so much with 2/3. So I really like it. For me, it's another 5-star card for sure because it's fairly easy for you to get 42 favor. Then we have Refraider. At the end of your turn, if you have more favor than your opponent, deal 3 damage to the enemy creature with the least health. This is another card for the favor type of deck. It's pretty good. I really like it. So I'm gonna have to give it 4 stars. And then finally, another favor type of card. If you have 20 favor or more, lose 20 favor, give +3/+3 to this creature. Even though this is a 6 mana 9/9, I much rather have the Militant Gladiator. I think it's much better than this one. I'm still gonna put this in the 4-star category because you can still use it, but in the favor type of decks you're not gonna be wanting to lose favor, you just want to keep accumulating, and this takes 20 favor. So it's an okay card. It's pretty good if you have the advantage, but other than that it's not that great. But I'm still gonna put it in 4 stars. And then finally, the final card review, we have Healey's Eliminator. Draw a card, give +1/+1 to each other friendly creature, and remove sleep from them. So basically a Demogorgon counter, and it buffs everything else. So it's pretty good. 4 stars in my opinion. I know that some of the cards from these initial impressions reviews will probably be controversial, my ratings. Especially with the neutral cards, with the favorite type of cards, because I think that's going to be one of my favorite decks. But I think it's pretty important for us to check the meta out, and especially because everyone that has cards so far, you're going to be drawing cards from packs, which means that not everyone's going to have all the cards, so not the most effective decks can be in play. Only when trading happens is when most cards will be available. That's when I'm going to be getting the rest of the cards, and I'm going to be testing all the decks and everything else. I'm going to be testing before then, but when I get those cards is when I'm going to be able, like a month afterwards, I'm going to be able to do a real proper final card review for all of the cards. Well, I hope you guys like this card review. Make sure you smash the like button, and watch out for the questions inside the videos if there are any. I hope you guys like these card review videos. See you guys next time. Peace out. Bye bye.